welcome along and welcome back to Ohio and American live farming. We're currently in a fairly large convoy because we're heading down to field 30 over here where we've got a contract to pick up. We're actually at the end of day 4 of autumn because I did actually try and do this in the next day of autumn and it didn't work. Basically the whole of the next day stays too damp to do this work, so I pushed us back a day and we're gonna go and grab this rice crop from this instead. So let's stop the combine there and we'll just bring this round so that we can pick up the header off like so. So yes, we're gonna get this field and field 41 I think it is up the top. We've got 2 rice contracts to do. We've got field 30 here and field 40, sorry, up the top there. Both of them are pretty big fields, so we're going to try and get both of them done. But it's going to be one of those things where I think we're going to have an issue with time and how long it takes. So let's jump in here. Thankfully, it being mid-autumn, we do have a little bit of light left that we can play with, and if we run this at one time, we should get both of these fields done, even if it takes us a couple of videos to do it. Shouldn't be a massive problem because we have a load of stuff happening with the in the winter. We should have less stuff happening, sorry, so it shouldn't be a huge issue. We're going to cut into this field slightly here. Let's start the combine threshing as well. We've got a good amount and the rice is going in. So first time I've done a rice harvest. Let's stop this here and get course generation going for field 30. This is a huge field, absolutely huge field. 3 headland passes, headlands first, turn in the corners, headlands overlaps. Perfect. Let's and we want to do lands, 6 lands. Generate a course for me and we'll see how many lands go across this field to give us an idea of the size of it. And look at that, 1 2 3 4 4.5 lands on here, so it's going to be yeah, quite a big thing. Next closest waypoint, drive course, and hopefully yeah, it's going into the 2nd row. So what we'll do is we'll start it all up again, put that down, and we'll go along here a little bit first, just so that we can avoid it starting on the wrong line. Nearest waypoint, drive course, and away our combine goes. We've got 90. You can see what the issue is with the water. It's 19.7%. We are mid-autumn. We are absolutely at the top of what we can do as far as the wetness goes. So hopefully we can get this cleared out in the next little bit and we'll all be good. I actually brought the wrong vehicle with me. We have next to no diesel in this tank at the moment, and so it's fairly useless for us to have this truck with us. What we do need to do is get our big trailer to use with our overloader, so we'll drop this off here and head over into our shed, grab this. I'm kind of hoping that I have got enough fuel all over the place. We've got yeah, we've not got a huge amount in this. I don't think, thankfully we're not going to be using this truck too much for this. It's more whether we've got enough fuel in the tractor and enough fuel in the enough fuel in the 7R really. If we've got enough in that, then we should be okay for this. We did the combine up a little while ago, so that should all be good. There we go, hook all that up. So with any luck, we can get through these 2 contracts with this. When we finish the first contract, we should actually be in a really good place, because it's going to give us about, I think it's something like 40,000 for this first contract. Let's have a quick look in here. What do we got? No, sorry, it's 27,000 for the first one that we're doing on field 30. Still, that is going to throw us up to about 24,000 overall, plus any rice that we hold on to for later. So it's all good. Something else that I've noticed, I have been going all the way round, but over this way, we've got actually an alfalfa field that's cut now, I think. Or no, a rice field that's been cut. So we can actually slip through the side here, over and onto this farm track. Cuts out a huge amount of distance to get back to our farm, which is really, really useful. Yeah, quarter of a tank of fuel in this. And then I don't know how much fuel we've got in our other tractor. I want to put this somewhere where it's going to be easy for us to empty. Maybe on the side of the road here might be a good one. Don't want to get in the way of the combine. There we go. That should be a good place to put our trailer. How's our combine doing? 86% full. So let's jump in here. We can check the fuel level on here. We've got plenty of fuel in the 7R, which is great news. But we need to go and empty the combine. It's gonna take, yeah. We should be able to get around this field with a full load into the lorry, which will be really good. But yeah, you can see the combine is up to 95% full. So we need to head over there and get that emptied. So pull it up beside the combine. It's because it's on the headlands, it's going to be one of those ones that we do in holding position like this, and we're gonna have to jump into the combine to get this to do this, because it's not gonna be happy otherwise. Oh no, no, yeah, because combine's off. And this is the thing, if the combine engine isn't running, then it has an issue. So stop driver, current waypoint, empty it out. So start the combine, empty it out like that. There we go. And then what we can do is, once that's emptied, we can just back this tractor off, get it going on the current waypoint, and it'll be off again. And this combine holds about 14,000 litres, so that is 3 times. We can take just under 3 full tanks from the combine here. So let's back that up, turn that off, and then we can back it up again, right, and start it up, put its header down, because if we don't do this, the combine just drives straight through the crop and drive course, and away it goes again, straight back in and cutting nicely. We should get, yeah, I think we're gonna get a full overloader trailer from this, just from this first headland, which means we should get, of 2 headlands, our first full lorry. Coming up to the end of the first headland, and my estimate wasn't far off. We are 74% full in the combine on the 3rd load. We've got 65% in the trailer. So yeah, we're going to be pretty good at the end here. Hopefully the combine will stop and let me empty. Nope, he's going to keep going. So I'm going to empty this out. We're at 72%. It's a good place for me to empty. Keeps everything moving nicely, and that's basically what I'm trying to do now, is keep the combine going at a fairly decent speed around the field. Keep everything flowing while I empty this. There we go, and over the trailer. And we can then empty that out. So this trailer, as I said, I think holds 2 loads from this. So 82,000, and we've got 44,000. Yeah. So 88. It holds about 6,000 under. So having not quite full overloaders off these headlands is not a bad thing. We wouldn't be able to fit it all in anyway. And it'll just keep everything flowing nicely and keep everything running okay. Our X9 is already up to 87% though, so we need to head off down there and get that unloaded again. But I think one more round this field and we'll be taking our trailer, or taking our big lorry off to go and get that emptied. Halfway down the last side of the second headland now, and we're up to 56-57%. Now I want to get the balance on this right. We want to probably start emptying about now, because something that we had on that first headland that we didn't quite get it right as to when we actually wanted to be emptying that. We left a bit in the combine, hence the reason why it was so full so early on this second headland. So if I can empty this combine completely before the end of this headland and just keep emptying it all the way to the end of the headland, that should do us fairly well and should give us a nice amount to put into our overloader or into our trailer. Come on, come out a little bit. I think we're a bit far back. We're definitely not full. Yeah, we're not far enough over. We need to get the last little bit out of this harvester. Make sure that we can top off our trailer nicely. And that still has 5% in it. So I'm just going to chase it around this corner quickly. Get this last sort of little bit out. Make sure we have a full trailer here. And make sure that this harvester basically is going for as long as it can without our support here. So there we go. 99% will do us. So we'll bring out our auger for this now. Unload this. And then hopefully we should be able to go and get this delivered and back before we have an issue. So out with the rice. And I think most of this, if not all of this, should go in this trailer based on us having only about 75% full from the first one. We only needed the first one to be about 6,000 litres short for it to work properly. And there we go. I'm just trying to spread it out amongst this trailer, because the more evenly we spread it, the better it'll be. We're down to 22%. Oh no, we're down to 14%, sorry. Yeah. Let's bring this along here, and we're all good. Right. Turn this tractor off to preserve the fuel. That will still fold in. 91%, that will do us. Right, let's go and get this delivered. Where are we delivering this to? We've got to take this to the superstore. So, superstore is that one. There is our green beacon. Let's head over and get this tipped. So our sell point appears to be the rear of the two that we've got to deliver this to. It's up the road here, turn right and into there. So I don't think, no, that's a house. We've got to go round. We do actually have to pull into here. Into the Lido. Over here, and yeah, there we go. Now I'm hoping what I can do is just turn into here and leave this tipping. And then we can go back and empty the combine. So get that tipping. And that's going. If I jump out, does that keep going? Yes, it does. Let it go up to its full height. Actually, it's going to tip fairly quickly. But we need to get back to the field and empty the tractor. So I leave this here, go and empty the combine, and then I can come back and get this afterwards. And this is why this overloading system is so efficient. We've managed to keep the combine running. We've had the, so I've taken a load off it. I'm back in my truck. I'm driving back. And by the time I get this in position and sorted, the combine should be, yeah, the combine is only 44% full. So we've got no issues at all getting this all set up and repositioned. And the combine keeps moving. And we get back in this tractor here just as the combine is coming past, going down this side. And in fact, we're only 37% full. What I do want to do is make sure that we empty the combine along this side, because it's going to start doing the lands next. And we want to make sure that it's empty as it goes into doing the first one. That way it won't have to cut a section out and be in a strange place. So we'll basically empty it the whole way down this side here. Make sure the combine is nice and empty for when it starts cutting in. And yeah, 23% delivered from that first trailer, I will say, which is just fantastic. That is, you know, we only have to take about 4 of those trailers. 4 full trailers would definitely do it. So we're looking to do that at the moment. And yeah, combine is empty, but we are going to continue to empty it the whole way down here. We will then be in a great position for the cut-in, even if this ends up giving us slightly higher than we would really want this trailer to be. It's over 2/3 full at the moment. But that should be fine. The bit that this carting tractor is going to use the most fuel on is already done. It's the headland and following the combine all around it. Once we get into the land, we can put the tractor in the middle of where the combine's cut, and then it's got a lot shorter distance to travel. So I'm not worried about the half tank of fuel that we have left in this. There we go. So we'll leave that there. And then when the combine's cut in, what we can do is start emptying it from its position in the lands. This first cut in is going to give us a good indication as to how full the combine gets on each of these. It's sitting at 53%. It was, I think it was like 1% when it cut in. So it's a little over half a tank for each of these cuts. It's going to make it very important that we, yeah, look at that, 60%, so well over half a tank for each of these cuts. So it's going to make it very important that before the combine cuts in each time, we get it as empty as we can. It also means that it's not going to be a full row before the combine gets, or a full up and down before the combine gets full each time. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that very, very much and make sure things are good. Does mean sitting this in the middle of these cut-ins, of these lands, is going to work really well for us, though, because the tractor is not going to have to move very far each time. We've come up to 73%, so I'm going to take it at this point. We have a reduced capacity on this row. So we want to make sure that we get sort of, it's 13,000 litres, and we want to make sure that all of it gets in here to keep our combine running as much as possible. And that is the trick here. We really, really want this combine to keep moving. We don't want it stopping for anything. If we can do that, that just makes this whole harvest so much more efficient. And so much easier to manage and gets done quicker as well. Stopping and starting is the absolute bane, and that is why we're using this overloading setup. 4% left in our combine when we get full, so not too bad. Judged that pretty well. I'm going to go and overload this into the trailer, and then we can just keep this combine going. I think it's going to get to the end of this return pretty much before it gets full again, so we should be good. Riding along the combine, I am slightly concerned. We are at 19.9% moisture at the moment. It's not going to take a lot for the moisture to pop up and hit 20%. 20% we should be all right with. If it goes to 20.1, we're going to be in trouble. We're not going to be able to finish this crop. So I am very, very much hoping that right now it's at 10 degrees C, so I'm hoping the moisture is not going to go up very much at all. But it's, Yeah, it's a little bit hit and miss. We are still on our first land here, and as a result, it could be a problem for us. We can keep an eye on it, and hopefully we'll make it through. But yeah, if this moisture keeps going up at all like this, then we're going to be in trouble. And it is purely dew. It's not rain or anything. It is purely the dew that is causing this. And I'm very, very much hoping that we're going to be able to get this contract completed. Contract on field 41, though. Field 40, sorry, is looking less and less likely at the moment for this game day. May be able to do it in a couple of days if things dry out. It's a fairly sunny day looking at our weather forecast for the end of autumn. But the temperature is going to drop as we get there. So yeah, it's not good. That's day 6 of autumn. We're looking at a real temperature drop. I think this may be the last field we get harvested, and then even that I think is going to be if we're lucky. The next minute or so is going to be very, very telling. We are, well, we're at 99.9% moisture, so a rise of 0.2 is going to put a stop to our harvest. We're almost 75% of the way through delivering the rice. It doesn't need a huge amount more. We're at 49% actually delivered. We've got half a trailer full sitting here, and we've just unloaded the tractor, unloaded into the overloaded trailer on the tractor, which means that we've got another 14,000-ish litres sitting in our overloader as well. 2 more loads off this combine is going to be enough to actually, a load and a half off this combine is going to be enough. And no, that is it. 6 o'clock rolls around, and yeah, that is going to put an end to our harvesting today. That is really, really annoying. We know the weather is not going to improve the next day very much. So, yeah, that is where we're going to have to end, because the moisture, I can't believe the moisture level is too high. What is it? Is it gone up? Start the engine. Let's see what the moisture reads at according to the combine. It reads at 20.3. So, yeah, it went up 0.4, which was enough to throw it over. So, yeah, there we go. Everything is causing us problems. So, with the sun setting here on American Life Farming and us unable to continue anymore, I'm going to leave this here. I am going to put a question in the comment for those of you who are still watching at this point. Do you think we should disable the moisture on seasons and continue this harvest on the next day, seeing as it is only just above? Or should we see if we can get some other stuff done next game day, and then see if we can come back and finish this in a couple of days when hopefully things are going to be a little bit drier? Let us know in the comments. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, or give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.